welcome to my one little channel, and the PC Gaming Show gonna start right about now. Will it be as big and powerful like the summer one? I have no idea. Will they show something new and cool? I have no idea. Will we have fun? Maybe. Positively? Maybe. Either way. Here it is. Soon we will see all the new and cool stuff. And probably a lot of gameplays from what already was announced. Who gonna make a bet that they definitely gonna show some of Warhammer 40k Dark Tide? Who wanna bet? No one? No one wants to bet? But I would bet something. Like I said, they're definitely gonna show it. Oh, look, timer changed into the particle red one. Okay, it's too soon to make a count. But I'll wait when it's gonna get to 10. Either way, do you have a proper? I see that both mic and sound of Firefox working, so you hear everything. Nice. So I suppose everything is good. We're good to go. I just want some surprise here and there. And we're gonna get to count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's some advertisement of mana. Oh no, it was Intel. I didn't get it right! I didn't get the right advertisement! It was Intel this time, not mana! Okay, we can live with it. But now you're gonna start the show? Intro into the PC Gaming Show. PC Gaming Show 2023 preview, powered by Intel. PC Gamer presents. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2023 preview. I am Frankie Ward, and while I resemble a 30-something mum from South London, I'm actually a gaming oracle here to reveal your gaming future.
Okay.
You are welcome. Please leave a 5-star review. While much of the games industry is currently picking Game of the Year winners for 2022, we have got our eyes set firmly forward, bringing you trailers, previews, and exclusive looks at the upcoming games we'll be playing on PC next year in 2023.
Yep.
Then, last but by no means least, we will highlight our eagerly awaited A-listers, closing the show with a countdown of our 6 most wanted games of 2023.
Oh.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got a full slate of game previews to show first. And what better way to start than with a world premiere? Let's kick things off with a first look at the new Space Colony sim from our Mellow developer, League of Geeks.
Oh, Armella.
It's Jumblight Odyssey.
I heard about this game. World premiere. So it's gonna be... Armella was like Game of Thrones with furry animals. What's this gonna be? League of Creeks. In a situation with Kolu Knights.
For a time, whenever our explorers were lost, they would look to the forever star to find their way home. Now, a great darkness has found us.
Space Odyssey?
The warmongering Zootopans sought to extinguish our light.
It's Ganondorf, but space.
In a desperate bid to defend our beloved home, we committed everything we had.
So it's giving me a lot of Voltron vibes.
Yet, the cold malice of Admiral Voltan couldn't be stopped.
Yeah, both Voltron and Space Cruiser Yamato.
The battle was lost.
Mm.
I knew what I had to do.
Time travel!
Only hope lies.
No?
I, Princess Euphora, last remaining regent of our people, will lead us to the Forever Star.
Jump Light Odyssey! The Starship Adventure
Those of us who
Sim!
survived that day lost everything. But this is not our end. We will survive. Because together, we will keep hope alive.
Yeah, it's like Space Odyssey, Space Cruiser Yamato. Okay. It's a Space Survival Sim.
Down. No survivors.
This guy is evil! Okay. Maybe something interesting.
Jump Light Odyssey will warp onto our PCs in 2023. Next, fans of trench coats and Blade Runner should keep an eye on our next game. Shadows of Doubt is a sandbox stealth game where you're a private eye in a fully simulated sci-fi city of beautiful, chunky pixels. Let's take a look.
Isn't this like this game that was like game deck? A fully simulated city overflowing with life. With crime. The gangs around every corner. Oh, it's this square people. Not a fan of this style. Oh, okay. Follow leads and reveal secrets. In a game world. Minecraft with crime. Find leads and clues and solve everything and break rules. Okay. Maybe. Well. It's still maybe something interesting. Oh. They found out that you can hack. Run! Drag down suspects. You're just beating them up? That's quite the investigation. Oh. What kind of detective will you be? I have no freaking idea. Population 943. Shadows of Doubt. Coming in 2023. Okay.
Well, you don't need to be a detective to see how good that looked. Shadows of Doubt is coming to PC in Q1 2023, and you can play the beta from December 1st. Be sure to visit the PC Gaming Show 2023 preview page on Steam and sign up. Now, one of the strengths of PC gaming is its breadth of variety, with room for everything from cooperative ghost hunting to score-based trombone simulation. And
What?
to showcase the expanse of experiences on offer, here's PC Gamer's Imogen Mellor with a few games from very different genres, all in 20.
Trombone?
Thank you, Frankie. First in our sample platter is City of Murals. In this colourful roguelite, you'll be gliding and grappling across the vibrant frontiers of an alien world. Make strange new friends or fight to outlast the competition. Don't sweat the setbacks. In this cosmic fight for survival, your deaths only make you stronger.
It's like Solar Edge, but you're grappling instead of sliding.
Speaking of fighting, Capcom's
Oh.
famed fighter is back with more beards and
Street
new
Fighter
ways to play.
6.
In Street Fighter 6, keep your fists flying to use new drive gauge mechanics, while in-game commentators narrate the action.
Wow, that took off a chunk!
And a new modern control type means even rookies can throw fireballs with ease.
Commentators, okay.
In the mind-bending narrative adventure, 1,000 Times Resist, you're a clone in the far future. As you relive the memories of humanity's last survivor, you'll uncover a conspiracy that stretches across time and
This
uncover
looks cool.
the truth behind a rewritten history.
Okay.
In Vengeful
Retro.
Guardian Rider, a totalitarian state learns a hard lesson about activating cyborg super ninjas. It's a bad idea. You control the Moon Rider, a ninja-shaped super weapon waging a side-scrolling war against authoritarianism. Throughout this retro vengeance quest, you'll unlock modifier chips to customize your abilities and fighting style. Back to you, Frankie.
Okay, retro platformer.
Thanks, Imogen. Now let's keep broadening our horizons with a pair of games from Wired Productions. The first, a beautiful city builder for cliffside castle enthusiasts. The second, a gruesome hack and slash game drenched in neon and unicorn guts. A little something for everyone then.
What? Is this one how it's called? Falconeer? Yeah, it seems it's Falconeer. It was shown on some of the festivals.
Build your bulwark.
Building a fantasy city.
Bound by sea.
Oh, why it's called Falconeer?
Beneath hostile sky.
I don't quite get it, but I like aesthetics.
Build your bulwark.
Falconeer Chronicles Bulwark.
Peggy 16.
You had him. Wired Productions. There's 2 humans. And who are attacking humans? Why it looks like Stray? Ah, it's this one about Kitty who beats up mutants. Yeah, you remember this? You remember this? It was shown previously. It's gonna be a fun hack and slash. Gruesome. And fun at the same time. Oh yeah, it's evil unicorns? Evil mutated unicorns? Gory carnage? Meow. Okay.
Wipe off any lingering unicorn splatters, we've got some RPGs to see. Some of the all-time
RPGs.
great PC games have been role-playing games. Whether they let us become monster hunters, spaceship captains, wasteland wanderers, computer hackers, or amnesiac detectives. And just as they let us lead all sorts of second lives, RPGs can play in all kinds of different ways. Some are about talking and making bold choices, changing the fates of entire realms with a dialogue tree. Some are strategic and thinky, demanding intricate stat management and precision play.
Yep.
Others, like this open-world roguelike from Systemic Reaction, are focused mostly on the stabbing. This is Ravenbound.
Ravenbound. Oh, it's this one? It's this one? Oh no. It's the one that I thought of. Ravenbound?
This land is not for the weak. Most of us wouldn't last a day. But we know you're different. Even the Raven could see that.
An open world roguelite.
That's
Okay.
why it entrusted you to
Me?
wield its power. To be its
Raven.
weapon. To meet the darkness and wound it.
Okay.
Cause does not die.
The deer helmet? Grow one life at a time. So you're changing body with each death?
The hatred
Interesting.
is a force stronger than you can imagine. But just as dust, carried by the wind, can level mountains, you can wield unimaginable power.
Interesting.
You let it wield you.
Ah, curious. One player or cooperative? Ravenbound. Wishlist now on Steam.
You can wishlist Ravenbound right now by heading over to our Steam page. Okay, let's trade a Norse fantasy for the grimdark future. In Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, you might not be a space marine-sized slab of power armor, but
Trader!
as the latest in a line of starfaring privateers with the Emperor's own blessing, you do enjoy certain privileges. Your very own massive void ship, for instance.
Oh yeah, we have one giant ship. All good games! Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader.
Enormous expanse. The Imperium's perilous
Oh,
frontier.
this is gonna muse them up.
Foul haven for the enemies of mankind. It is the hunting ground of the
Oh,
rogue
it's
traders,
the elves.
unique and powerful servants of the Imperium. Here they seek out new worlds and servants. Here
But Emperor
they
deliver us?
discover
Nah.
heresy and deceit. Ancient machines.
Mechanicus, Sonar Party, Strange Creature.
Xenos. Warp-spawned horrors.
Oh, it was creature from the warp.
Fanatical zealots.
Oh, that's a problem. Not, it seems.
Dark reaches. The Emperor's light is faint. It is the rogue trader's duty to navigate through this dangerous unknown.
And that's us.
Power to feed the Emperor's flame, or to plunge millions of worlds into darkness.
We can be good or we can be evil. Cassia figurine, collector's edition. Nah, just give me a game. Just give me a game and I will play this RPG. Wishlist now. GOG, Steam, and Epic Game Store. Oh, it can be in I can buy it in Epic Game Store.
It might be heresy in Warhammer, but this is a safe space for spellcasters. After all, RPGs are a festival for all things fantastical. Whether they're pulling from old myths or writing magical worlds all of their own, these next games are a fantasy tour de force. Imogen, what scrying spells have you woven up for us?
What's this?
How does
it's
Gaslamp Fantasy
Nightingale.
sound? In
Yeah,
this
it's
diverse
Nightingale.
game From former BioWare developers, building a cozy base isn't enough. If you want to survive in Nightingale, you'll have to open portals between the Fey realms and face the dangers on the other side. But by meddling with the game's procedural generation, you can shape your next world into something that will hopefully need fewer bullets.
Be ready with your axe pick.
I like that you can collect cards and... oh, Forspoken.
Forspoken places a young New Yorker in a post-apocalyptic fantasy world. Luckily for Frey Holland, she's got a newfound suite of fast, flashy combat spells.
From
And with
creators
magical
of Final
parkour,
Fantasy
she can air dash, double jump,
15.
and wall run her way across the corrupted open world of Athia.
Let's break some heads.
Yeah, parkour and magic system looks cool.
It looks like Darkest Dungeon, but it hacks and slashes like Gauntlet. In Aaron, the Book of Heroes, you'll carve a path through co-op campaign quests as one of 5
Op!
classes, each with their own fighting style
With
and
dwarfs.
unlockable perks.
Nice.
Aaron, the Book of Heroes opens in May 2023.
Okay, May.
If you'd like a lighter fantasy than Aaron, consider Frozen Flame, a survival
just came out
RPG
in early
that
access.
understands you want to be out adventuring, not stuck in your base filling your hunger meter. It's a high magic, high saturation landscape.
But
built for
people really don't
exploration,
like monetization.
for busy work.
Early access starts now. Damn.
Of course, we haven't gone the way of the dinos yet, but for humanity in the 41st millennium, survival is anything but guaranteed. At least, that's what the Imperial
It's
propaganda
Ark.
tells me anyway. Speaking of, here's your latest look at Warhammer 40,000 Darktide.
Ah. No. Why she was talking about dinos? Here, I did said this is gonna be Darktide. Warhammer 40k, Darktide. If I'll be playing this game, my sentence would be, I do not believe in Emperor. And I would choose Trojan soldier, because they have colored and look interesting. Yeah, it's cooperative game where you shoot people, the cultists and cultists and demons. Yeah, all different chaos creatures from Warp. And you look like Suicide Squad sentenced to do this. Pre-order and play now. It's too early, isn't it? In 30th of
Darktide
November.
releases November 30th, but there's no need to wait if you're anxious for inquisitorial service. With Darktide's pre-order beta access, you can play today. Visit playdarktide.com for more info.
You
Right,
can buy
let's
access?
set the chainswords
Really?
aside for something more cheerful, shall we? Waiting in our next block of previews is a farming fantasy with a creature collecting twist. But first, here's Imogen with some fresh features for Project Winter.
Project Winter? Ah, it's Among Us,
Coming up,
but
Project
in
Winter
snow.
is all about intrigue. Traitors in
Meh.
the snowy social
I played it.
destruction
It's
game
not
will
fun.
enjoy more ways to steal, sabotage, and surveil, while 2 new roles will bring new ways to play. And you'll find the map decked out with holiday decoration for added festive flair.
Aliens is a new addition.
Over Magica is Stardew Valley with Pokemon farmhands. You'll breed, train, and battle your own collection of blobs. Colourful creatures with unique skills to boost the yield
Oh.
from your fields.
Blobs?
With a band of blobs
It's like
at your
slimes?
side, venture out to find rare materials for crafting your ideal farmstead.
Okay. Dungeons of
Inspired by Kashubi
Amber?
myths, Dungeons of the Amber Griffin is a modern revival of classic grid-based dungeon crawl.
Oh,
Gather your
weapon
4
magic.
members, choose their spells,
Wizardry.
skills, and
Also
equip them,
dungeon
and
crawlers.
set out across a world filled with the monsters and magics of Kashubia.
Yikes.
Next, what do you get when you fill a mop bucket with a dash of Dead by Daylight, a pinch of Among Us, and a high-pressure environment? Well, you'd have something like Level 0, a team-based tactical horror with extremely murderable maintenance workers. Bring a flashlight and let's take a look.
What? Make content inappropriate. Oh, it's horror in space. It's horror in space. Space. This guy looked too happy to be in space. I don't know. So it's like an alien, and you just it's multiplayer game when one plays as aliens and the other plays as humans, and you need to survive. No, I'm not excited about this. Proximity level 2. Meh. 2023. Nah, not interested.
Shake off those scares. We haven't left space just yet and we'll need steady hands if we want to make a safe landing. Luckily, I have a few Kerbals with a very promising astronaut program. In Kerbal Space Program 2, your Kerbal cosmonauts will enjoy new tech to explore the farthest reaches of the solar system and eventually interstellar space. But don't just take my word for it. For all the details on the updated space sim, let's go over to the PC Gamer team for an exclusive interview with Nate Simpson, creative director on Kerbal Space Program 2.
Kerbal Space Program. Oh, build, you unfortunate.
For us, failure is not only an option, it's
Projects
like
in space that will
absolutely right? It's the
go
way that
horribly
things
wrong.
Evolve. One of the things I'm excited about with early access is it kind of makes everything feel a little more Kerbal in the sense that we're gonna get some things wrong. We're gonna make some assumptions that are incorrect. We're gonna fail out loud.
Going into early access, we have the opportunity to make this game amazing with our community, not just for our community. Each update is kind of like a little present. As a community, we get to unwrap this present together with all the new features and all the new things to explore.
I cannot overstate how important it is for me to just hear what people think about this thing we're creating. We've been working in a vacuum.
I'm not really a fan of Kerbal Space Program.
This is a
No,
rare opportunity to
no, I didn't
find
play
out how we've been doing.
the first one.
Hi there, I'm Imogen Mellor from PC Gamer, and I am joined by Kerbal Space Program 2's Nate Simpson. Would you like to...
Oh, it's interview time. They're gonna speak in a lot about
okay.
how's
so,
it doing.
Kerbal Space Program 2 coming up.
So
early
I have to wait
access.
for the new trailers to come out.
When we talked in early
I'll
2020,
just speak
one of
about
the features
Kerbal
to
Space
highlight
Program.
were the new,
Okay, let them
to
speak.
teach people how to play,
Can you talk a little bit about that, and can you talk about what we'll be seeing in early access?
One experience that a lot of people had in
Oh, it's still in early access. Buy games only on release.
Has a reputation as a game that's pretty hard to get into. So one of the big priorities for us going into KSP2 was to re-tutorialize the game. We've created these fully animated, fully interactive tutorials that are meant to teach basic rocketry. On day one of early access, we've got our basic rocketry and our basic orbital mechanics tutorials already in place. And one of the things we want to learn from early access is how good of a job are these tutorials doing teaching these basic concepts. So we're looking forward to seeing what we find.
And can you talk about how you expect to be layering the features in early access? What comes first?
Right out of the gate, day one, early access, it's functionally sandbox. What we're doing is validating the basic physics, basic flight systems, vehicle construction, all the things that make Kerbal Kerbal. The second big rollout is going to be science mode. That'll be our first progression mode that we're bringing into the game that rewards exploration with kind of increasing technology levels and new kinds of parts. And then going forward from that, we have colonies, which is a big new thing for KSP2. We'll be adding new star systems over the course of early access. The first of the new star systems is called the Deb system. And once we've got all those things together, we're going to wrap it up with a nice big bow and deliver multiplayer, which is, I think, a thing that a lot of us are very eager to experience. Multiplayer introduces the concept of agencies. So you can work alongside friends within a single agency, contributing to a single space program in a way that's cooperative, but you can also play competitively between agencies, each of which is located at a different location on Kerbin. So with multi-agency play, you can have space races.
And for seasoned Kerbal players, are there any changes right now that they're going to run into and go, thank God, that's so much easier or like better right now?
There are a lot more convenience improvements. Probably the biggest one is time warp under acceleration. You can now time warp while you are burning an engine. Procedural wings make airplane construction a lot easier. And then in general, the vehicle assembly building is just lovely to navigate now. There's a higher number of parts, but those parts are much easier to find in the part palette.
And do you expect players to be able to keep their save files through early access into the main game? So can people prep for interstellar travel up till like 1.0 comes out?
So forward compatibility of craft files is a really important thing for us, but early access being early access, all I can express is a strong hope that vehicles that you build on day one of early access will still be forward compatible when we hit 1.0.
And how are colonies going to change how we play Kerbal?
Colonies are going to change everything. Colony gameplay is about facilitating the collection of resources. And there's a system that works hand in hand with colonies called the delivery route system. I can drive a resource extractor out to a resource deposit, drill for it, extract it, drive it back, and then turn that into a repeating delivery. And then the delivery route system does something even cooler, which you can automate the transportation of resources from one colony to another colony. Once you have that capability, you can set up like orbital colonies that are functionally hubs to which you're ferrying resources from multiple star systems even.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much. It was great to meet you.
They finished talking about Kerbal Space Program 2, early access.
As we return from orbit, there are a lot of games coming our way. Too many games to reasonably cover, some might say. Luckily, we've got the magic of montages on our side. Here's a rapid-fire look at what's on the PC gaming horizon, from gun-toting witch hunters to mega-sized monster slayers.
Okay. Oh, it's this one about remake of the space. Octopus Traveler 2, Witchfire. A bunch of different, and I'm afraid this is music gonna be the end of me. So I'm gonna mute music here and there, so we would not have problems in the future, just in case. Deliver us Mars looks interesting, I remember it. Back home, that's some strategy game. Don't know exactly where from. Wild Hearts. It's a monster hunter from Electronic Arts. Might be fun to play with friends. Octopath Traveler 2. Yes, I will enjoy playing this game. When I finish the first one, Mask of Rose. It's a visual novel. Sons of the Forest. It's a forest sequel, probably. Park Beyond, it's a roller coaster one where you play as the owner of a roller coaster park. There's something about velocity. The Expanse Telltale version may be interesting to play. I never watched TV show Lightyear Frontier. It's another game where you collect wood and stone and explore different planets. Yeah, some games are interesting, some games are meh. That was all.
Revitalised by that first sprint in our preview marathon? Lovely, because we have plenty of trail left to blaze for your next year in PC gaming. But before we resume our blistering pace, let's take a breather with a new addition to your laid-back simulation sandbox.
Laid-back simulation world premiere! Original creator of PC Building Simulator. The Repair House. It's another workshop simulator. We already have a workshop simulator. And they decided to do a repair simulator. Okay. So you're just sitting and repairing stuff in a video game, but you could do it in real life and do cool stuff with all the real items. I'm not sure. I will definitely not gonna be playing this. Don't know. Is this chill and cozy experience for people? The Repair House, which is now on Steam.
While antique restoration sounds delightful, we are taking a sharp turn in a more destructive direction now. The next course in our gaming feast is for the head clickers, combo stringers, and compulsive reloaders. Whether in first or third person, whether side-scrolling or top-down, you show up to do one thing: land more hits than you take. We've gathered the finest shooters, slashers, brawlers, and beat-em-ups of 2023. You'll see low-gravity gunfights, skeleton swordplay, and whatever you call it when someone's fighting with an umbrella. But first, we're looking backwards towards something a little more 90s. Say, hello, Gordon, to Abiotic Factor.
Abiotic Factor. Deep Field. Abiotic Factor.
Feeling distinctly anhydrous.
Yes, it looks like System Shock.
The Gate Cascade Research Facility has stretched the fabric of the universe to breaking point. Now the world's greatest minds must survive a trans-dimensional catastrophe using brains over brawn to unlock the facility's secret depths.
Oh, it's cooperative.
Endothermia.
So you play as 4 scientists that need to survive in
their way out of a supernatural situation.
I don't know how I feel about this.
At a time. When the boundaries between dimensions have been undone.
On the other hand, it's cooperative, and the other one, it's
to endure, experiment, explore, and maybe even escape in a
I'm not sure I like it.
In the making.
Aren't you glad we're together in this?
It's all System Shock. Half-Life, why saw me? I was never a fan of Half-Life. Abiotic Factor. Let's today.
Abiotic Factor is set to emerge from an interdimensional portal sometime in 2023. We're moving now into the shooter segment of our action suite to see where we'll be setting our simulated sights in the new year. Here's Imogen with a host of games that run the gunplay gamut.
Hyenas!
The rich have destroyed Earth and colonized Mars.
Is it not Battle Royale?
Is that you can, as always, steal their stuff. In Hyenas, you and your pack will fight clone security forces and rival players in zero-gravity shootouts, using environment-altering abilities to plunder priceless pop culture relics.
What?
I said stop playing with the merch and move.
What?
Gumbarella is a rust-colored Metroidvania fit for a rainy day. Your Gumbarella isn't just a weapon, it's a bullet shield and traversal tool, letting you defend enemy shots and slide across zip lines. With your trusty lead-pumping parasol, side-scroll your way through a quest of revenge and corporate exploitation.
So you're basically Penguin from Batman?
Take the radiation-soaked top-down shooting of Nuclear Throne and stretch it across a procedurally generated Eastern Europe, and you'd get Zero Sievert. Scavenge for loot in a tense post-apocalypse to mod your guns and upgrade your base, if you manage to survive the bandits and mutant wildlife.
It's DayZ, but low poly. Hand life.
Up next. Do you
Rick and Morty.
talk your video game guns? That's a strange thing to wish for, but lucky you. Rick and Morty creator Justin Roiland's making a whole game about it. And High on Life is actually coming out next month. Here's some exclusive footage from the folks at Squanch Games.
Say something, Gun. Say something. Why are you not speaking?
Take him out. Come on out so I can shoot you.
Shouldn't guns be more talkative?
How many of these guys are there? Fuck! Time out! Time out! Yeah, kill him!
I don't know, but I have fun when I see these guns, but shouldn't they talk more? Who's the enemy? It just... Oh.
Can you feel it in your little bones?
Not kinda, no.
I think that might be all of them. What do you think? All right, either way, let's just head to Dregtown.
High on Life is releasing on December 13th, so add it to those wish lists now. Okay, compared to what we just saw, this next game about alien encounters is much less endearing. It's a Death Stranding style apocalypse by way of cosmic horror from NetEase. 30 years after it brought humanity to the edge of extinction, you'll wield a supernatural substance to reclaim an infested Earth in this open world survival shooter. This is Once Human.
Once Human, yes, I remember. That's the only thing that they announced on their presentation on summer. This one may be fun because it's like Destiny with Eldritch Horrors. What I'm afraid of is the needing to grind a lot for materials and stuff.
Has reached target location. Mission objective: deviation control.
But I would enjoy playing it with friends. Central Hospital. What eldritch horrors are in this hospital? The whole world plundered.
Take cover.
Oh, zombies! You shoot him! Shoot all of the zombies that you see! Oh, eldritch horror. It's jelly. Flying jellyfish woman. Oh no. We lost the man.
Get up now. We've got to get out of here.
Run! Run for your life, people! Hello.
Don't look them in the eye.
Where's that? I don't know where to not to look. Evil spider. Giant arena for a boss. Oh. Giant evil spider. Yikes. Yeah, that's a full-on boss battle. Oh. I defeated it!
Let's get out of here.
Is it really over? And what did you get? What kind of materials were in the hospital? Oh. The other players can steal from you? I suppose. PvP is not cool. Please don't do this. Oh. Once human. Beta test on January 6th.
Visit our Steam page to join Once Human's beta test beginning December 15th, 2022. Well, I don't know about you, but I could use a break from the bullets. And we are in luck because it looks like Valheim is about to get some Viking competition. In Asker, you and your friends will oversee a Norse tribe survival in a hostile world. Manage your settlement's needs and industries before commanding your villagers in sailing expeditions across ever-changing seas.
World premiere. Well, him concurrent.
Remember. Remember the rage of the sea.
Sand Sailor Studio. That's a Valheim concurrent? Wait, it's CGI, it's not a gameplay.
Remember those who never sleep.
Oh. Hello. Aska. Closed alpha starting end of November. You can sign up now.
This might come as a surprise, but there are a lot of games about hitting things with swords. 2023 brings an armory's worth of options for sharpening your swordcraft in haunted graveyards and galaxies far, far away. Imogen?
Like a Wheel is a fast-paced, first-person slasher in the tradition of classic 90s shooters.
Okay.
Locked in a nightmare, your longsword and magic are your only hope for surviving a whole Castlevania's worth of skeletons. I'd have brought a mace myself.
Oh yes, that's not good against skeletons. Jedi Survivor!
First Star Wars Souls-like, Jedi Survivor finds Cal Kestis evading the Empire's hunters as they track him across the galaxy. Expect plenty of lightsaber action, and if we're lucky, more collectible ponchos.
Collectible ponchos, of course. Why not?
Years ago, I lost contact with Earth.
We regret to report that the moon is, in fact, haunted. In Moon Mystery, uncover the secret history behind past lunar missions in a universe-spanning investigation. And bring a gun. It's not just low-gravity puzzles out here.
I don't know if I'm
Mystery.
going to get back.
Hunt the Night asks an important question. What if Link to the Past got bitten by a werewolf and turned into Bloodborne? The answer is a top-down, fast-paced action game where you take beast hunting contracts to face bullet hell boss fights, uncover an accursed world's dark lore, and upgrade your arsenal to suit your hunting style.
Yeah, it looks like Legend of Zelda and crossed with Bloodborne.
Here's a look at what Call of Duty looks like on an Intel-powered PC.
Okay, this one could be fun. Oh, this one. PvP is not cool. PvP is not fun. Nah. 4K graphics. Nah.
Purchase the Vault Edition and get the Season 1 Battle Pass and 50 tier skips.
No, I will yawn.
If this last game seemed a little light on loot, you're in for a treat, because in Superfuse, your comic-style carnage will earn Diablo-level piles of loot drops. But the real treasures here are with your superpowers. With each ability's own modular skill tree, you can turn a humble fireball into a splitting, exploding screen clearer.
What? Oh, is that's XCOM with superheroes? Ah, wait, no, it's Diablo with superheroes. Okay. You can change your power significantly by messing with abilities in. Okay. Okay. Is it co-op? This should be fun in co-op. Yeah, superhero Diablo-like? Yes, yes, I would play it. I see only Superfuse coming to early access January 21st. Why everything coming in early access?
On January 31st.
Give me for the release!
Obviously, superpowers are nice and all, but sometimes we just want old-fashioned fisticuffs. And Clash Artifacts of Chaos is a gorgeous and grotesque fever dream of martial arts action. In the punk fantasy world of Reclusive Warrior Pseudo, a sacred dice game could make your next fistfight easier. But losing might mean your mutant moose opponent gets a new teammate. Let's take a look.
So that's a...
dead.
Say
oh.
His bones are earth. His flesh is dust. His breath.
His breath is wind.
His breath is wind. Where will I go?
Is there anyone who can take care of you?
My brother. But he doesn't want to see me.
All right now. I'll take you somewhere safe. But that's it.
Gemini is expecting you.
I assume you're here about the boy?
We need the boy.
I need the child alive. If he's dead, he can't help me.
Heal me.
Gemini.
What does it remind me of?
Pain. And she can use it even if she doesn't win the game of dice. Imagine the power she has to threaten anyone with that.
So why is old Gemini so keen on getting her hands on you?
I'm cursed. That's why Grandpa is dead. That's why my brother hates me. I'm cursed, and everyone I touch is cursed too.
You cannot escape Gemini. I invoke the one law. What are you doing?
So that's a beat 'em up gameplay.
I had a choice.
I don't care about your grand plan.
Oh.
You will never leave.
Is
While
it
there
first
is
person?
no justice, there will be no law.
9 February. Don't know how I feel about
Weird
this.
Fists will fly when Clash Artifacts of Chaos releases on February 9th, 2023. Next on the list is the latest adventure in Amplitude Studios' Endless Universe. Marooned in the
Endless!
aftermath of a sci-fi shipwreck, you'll juggle a squad of castaways in this action roguelike or split control duties in co-op as you fight room by room for survival. Here's the new trailer for Endless Dungeon.
Endless Dungeon!
You? Nah. You don't have what it takes.
Dude, hold on. Yeah, the dungeon is a real downer. And getting eaten so often crushes my vibe. But with a squad this rad, we've got what it takes. Zed's the grooviest.
Oh.
Keeps us all safe. And Blaze makes things explode. Yay. We are one... Oh, wait. Groovy. One happy family. Pew, 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 pew. Oh,
This game still didn't come out. How many trailers we saw of this? Well, it's co-op with friends and Endless Universe is cool. Send it to play.
Our action block is over. But before we move on, let's see what's in the works at the home of Half-Life. Here's an early look at upcoming projects from Valve.
From Valve? Valve doing something?
Steam Deck has had an exciting year, and we have so much more to come in 2023. We started shipping this powerful handheld PC gaming device back in February of this year, and despite the fact the delivery guy we hired wasn't very fast, we not only caught up to reservation holders, we increased production and are now in stock and shipping all over North America and Europe. And we're not done there. We just opened reservations in Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. Komodo expect to start shipping there by the end of this year. We even had a booth at Tokyo Game
Listen, I'm an old-fashioned player. I sit in front of my PC and play the games as normal human being. Yeah, I can imagine that I'll be walking the street and with the PC on my hands, and no one going to steal it.
In fact, here's the dock we launched just last month. It's shipping now and lets you connect to a ton of
for
programs.
Christ's sake.
But don't worry, the work we did to support it means you can also use any USB hub or dock you want. In 2023, we're looking to continue shipping more and more Steam Decks and docks. We're looking toward launching in more regions too. We'll also continue our work to get as many Steam titles verified on deck as possible. Now keep in mind, games don't need that green check mark to run on deck, but we work with developers to verify games as basically a way to communicate with you which ones we know for sure run super well. Over 6,000 titles are already verified or playable, and that list is growing by the day and will continue to well into 2023 and beyond. So essentially, this represents everything we're about, continuing to make PC gaming as powerful and accessible as possible to as many different kinds of gamers as we can, all while continuing to push that technology forward for players and the industry as a whole. So there's a lot more to come. We have so much planned with Steam Deck for 2023 and well into the future. And don't worry, we're going to go ahead and leave the delivery up to the professionals.
I don't believe you. No.
Before we march on towards next year's strategy game selection, this is
boy.
a perfect opportunity to pack in a few more previews. Just ahead, Imogen's brought up an unconventional pairing for your appraisal, a miniature Metroidvania and a dreadful dream adventure.
Miniature Metroidvania? Biogun?
Biogun is what you'd expect from a Metroidvania, assuming you're
it's like Hollow Knight.
Hero made of pig DNA and a medicine gun. Save
Pig
a sick
DNA?
by blasting viruses across a microscopic expanse of organs. Explore to unlock abilities and upgrades, and even find some delightful hats along the way.
Yeah, it's...
Don't ask how they got there.
They just thought, what could be smaller than insects? DNAs.
Despite how it might look in Biogun, facing our inner turmoil isn't terribly exciting for most of us. But others, like Little Griffin, are lucky enough to face their inner fears on a magical journey with a living teddy bear. In Daydream Forgotten Sorrow, you'll join Griffin and Burley the bear on a dreamlike puzzle-solving adventure.
And this one like Little Nightmares.
What else is on the way for us to daydream over?
Apologies to Griffin, but we can't dally around for any daydreaming. We still have a lot of games in today's lineup, and our time's only getting shorter. I think it's time to stretch the speedrunning muscles, don't you? Grab a fresh set of stakes, keep your kryptonite handy, and strap in. Here's another volley of 2023 previews.
2023 previews. What kind of games are there? Oh, what kind of games are there? And once again, they do music. Earth. But this is like a cosplay sim? Glimmer in the mirror? This is like Metroidvania. Was beautiful. Ark with Vin Diesel this time. Oh no, it's just Ark, not Ark 2. No, it is with Vin Diesel one. Dwarf Fortress. Oh, yeah, the games that I don't understand completely. Not gonna play it. Nope. Hollow Knight Silk Song. After all these years, people finally will get the Silk Song that they waited so long for. Star Trek Resurgence. It's Telltale-like one. Yeah, make decisions. BattleBit. It's looks like Battle Royale. I don't like it. Stretch. Oh yeah, it's where you play as a boat and will meet cosmic horrors being a boat. Redfall. You know, Redfall. It's Redfall. The cooperative from people. Carlson. Carlson is nope, I don't like it. Final Fantasy 16! Yes, it's gonna be the great game. Well, believe it. And enjoy it when it's gonna come out. Oh, Suicide Squad! Fight against the Justice League. And 4-player cooperative. Okay, yes. A bunch of interesting games. Most of them. Continue.
In our next block of previews, think of us as your scouting units, clearing the fog of war over your strategy gaming future. From the up-close tension of tactics games to the sweeping scope of grand strategy, 2023 is set to be a promising year for city builders and battlefield commanders alike. Turn-based tacticians aren't the only ones with reasons for excitement. With exciting new offerings joining the return of some big names in the RTS genre, we're poised to enter a renaissance for real-time strategy. We'll begin our deployment with a new take on the war to end all wars from Petroglyph Games, the studio behind Command & Conquer Remastered.
Oh, Command & Conquer!
1914. The world is pulled into a war like none ever seen, and Europe is divided. From the Belgium coast to the borders of Switzerland, two distinct...
Yes, they're making the game about First World War.
Experience the Great War like never before.
Gameplay first look.
Lead the Allied nations to victory or command the Central Powers and relive or redefine the course of history. Acting as field and theater commander, lead your forces with both the tactical and strategic...
I'm not a big fan of strategy games.
Each turn representative of a month. Troops can be sent across the continent to build forces ready to strike. But whilst making one territory stronger, doing so may leave another vulnerable to attack. Meet objectives, make tough decisions, and face historic events to lead your faction along the right path.
Oh, events? Events is cool.
Inspiring your nation or building your resources will define you and the war. With 6 different branches to research, you choose how this war is fought. Through advanced engineering, improved trench warfare, and even flight. Total victory at the tactical level brings your faction one step closer to pushing back the Western Front. But in a war of inches, the victory falls in the margins. Even minor success in battle holds great merit in the grand strategy, dampening your opponent's national and tipping the scales of war. Reach success by chipping away at their will to fight or attempt what history could not. Seize the German headquarters. Infiltrate the French capital. Step into the shoes of a commander. Face one of the most significant wars of our time. And choose to relive history or redefine it.
Relive history when the Great War Western Front releases in 2023. Up next, we'll take a tactical turn as our strategy segment goes turn-based. From superhero squad battlers to extraterrestrial tactics, here's a selection of upcoming squad battlers and a spiritual sequel to Heroes of Might and Magic.
Heroes of Might and Magic. Keeps turn-based superhero tactics. I heard about it. Never saw anything from it.
Superhero tactics game for 2023.
Yeah, so it's a budget version of Midnight Suns.
20 years of supervillain rule, each bringing their own unique power set and playstyle. With careful positioning, you can blend your super team's powers to create new attacks. And as your heroes improve, you'll guide their growth, choosing upgrades to suit your tactics.
Take back your setup.
Spandex Capes releases in 2023.
Okay.
If your life's
Should
been
remember to play it.
of XCOM goodness lately, might we suggest Xenonauts 2?
Oh,
Lead an international
another XCOM like
in detailed tactical
that was inspired by original XCOM.
enemy. Manage and expand your global research and defense network to ensure Earth outlasts an alien invasion.
Inkbound.
From the makers of Monster Train comes a new turn-based tactics roguelike.
Monster
In
Train?
Inkbound, you'll embark on co-op quests through a colourful collection of living stories. Releasing in 2023, Inkbound's evolving world means every day will offer new adventures and new combat options for your next build.
Okay. Maybe something interesting. Songs of Conquest!
If you prefer your heroes with a fancy flavour, don't fret. While we haven't seen Heroes of Might and Magic in a few years, developer Lava Potion is happy to pick up the ball. Emerging from early access in 2023, Songs of Conquest
Oh, finally, I can play it in full release and not early access.
Combat, all in a gorgeous pixel art package.
Even though I don't like Heroes of Might and Magic very much, I would want to check Song of Conquest.
Up next is something of a video game Swiss Army knife. Part city management sim, part action RPG, Cygnus will see you leading every step of your alien outpost's defense, from the small scale to the big picture.
Alien Outpost? Miazu? Miazi? Miauzi?
Welcome to Cygnus Enterprises, contractor. We are the galaxy's leading space exploration megacorporation.
Exploration Mega Corporation?
Being tasked to restore our facilities on Mytilus to a productive and profitable state. Now, let's get to work.
You're rebuilding stuff. Outpost. Okay, where's strategy or tactical battle in this? Oh. You're rebuilding Outpost yourself, and then you protect Outpost.
The company is here to support you.
Uh-huh, of course. Completely believe you.
Things go wrong.
Got it. Let's go.
But enough about you.
Couldn't we live in harmony with nature?
I'll make sure my staff pays their fair share to use your facilities. Opulence comes at a price after all.
There's a lot of humans here.
Visitors that stay at one of these doors will net you some well-deserved credits too.
Time to test out the new upgrade.
Maybe it's gonna be something interesting, but if it's a lot into tower defense, it's not for me. It all depends. It so depends.
If you're hearing this, and we've failed, please finish what we started.
That no.
Any of us could have imagined.
Cygnus Enterprises, December 16. Early access!
Make sure Cygnus is on your wishlist before it enters early access on December 16th. Don't relinquish command just yet. There's still plenty to see in our celebration of strategy. We're heading back out to the field with Imogen for 2 games with very different kinds of command and a check-in on the eagerly awaited sequel to Men of War.
Untamed Tactics.
Of a rabbit soldier's rise from disgrace in Untamed Tactics. Smart positioning
That
will
looks
make
like Carmela.
your animal comrades and their abilities, while your parlay deck lets you engage in battlefield diplomacy to change the flow of combat. Unlockable characters, upgrades, and equipment offer options to customize your roster.
Maybe.
Listen up, logistics lovers. In
Oh
this
no.
supply chain
Oh no.
there are no losses or penalties to get between you and the wild rush of resource management. Fulfill your flowchart fantasy in Master Plan Tycoon, coming in Q1 2023.
Nope. Men of War 2?
Men of War 2 marches on. Even despite wartime delays, Ukrainian developer Bestway will release the sequel to its acclaimed World War II RTS in 2023. Direct combined air, armor, and infantry forces across both the Western and Eastern fronts, and use direct control to take full command of any unit on the battlefield. Frankie, what's left on the agenda?
The eyes of the world are upon you.
If balancing the supply chain in Master Plan Tycoon was a bit too benevolent for your tastes, you're in luck. Our next game is very much the opposite. It's a reimagining of a 2009 demonic cult classic, and sure to be a favourite for any aspiring archdemon. Here's a look at Solium Infernum.
What? Lake of Geeks.
Who defied heaven with arms.
Colonnites.
Headlong from ethereal skies. Hurled. Vanquished into a dim, abyssal gulf. We forsaken. Forever condemned to taste burdened air and churning ash.
It's a strategy, but it's also Dark Souls.
With obdurate pride and steadfast hate. Who chose never to yield or submit, strived to make a heaven of hell. We raised our great capital, Pandemonium, from which his dark majesty ruled. Vanished he did, from his infernal throne. From our strongholds deep, we now rage against one another. Each fixing our plans upon the throne.
Angel? I thought it was gonna be some demon.
At last I shall be free. To reign is worth ambition. Though in this place of darkness made visible, better to rule in hell.
Solium Infernum?
In heaven.
The strategy game from hell? It's about... What?
Solium Inferno begins its unholy ascension in 2023, so seal your dark pact by adding it to your wishlist today. Next, a settlement survival sim in the wreckage of a world ruined by climate change. As your band of survivors grows, you won't just be gathering resources and filling out your tech tree. You'll shape the laws of a new society and decide whether humanity's rebuilt world brings an age of equality or authority. Let's dive into Floodland.
Floodland, it just came out. Yeah, you build your own society in post-apocalypses, and you choosing which way you will live. As she said, by authority or equality. You will choose how you will operate in all of this. City builder with heart, said the gamer. Nice twist of city building genre. Yeah, twist is nice. Can't argue with it. It could be fun. Construction exploration is a lot of fun. Oh, is it? Oh, will you unite humanity and shape the society of tomorrow? Available now, yes.
Floodland is available now on PC. The last entry in our strategy lineup is a spin-off from a massive free-to-play shooter. In Crossfire's isometric RTS, choose your own unit selection and bring your custom army composition to campaign missions, co-op scenarios, and competitive battles. Here's the latest from Crossfire Legion.
Crossfire Legion. Why? Why is the isometric version of Crossfire? Why?
Survives the first battle.
And why it looks like Command & Conquer Tiberium Wars? Why?
Battle-hardened and armed with your feedback, we are now ready to go over the top for the launch release. We are deploying a plethora of new content. Optimizing and refreshing the battlefield, along with the final act of our gripping story campaign.
I'm once again not a fan of strategy games.
Commander, Crossfire Legion leaves early access 8th of December.
I'm still not gonna play it.
We've reached our final phase and we're closing out our show today with some heavy hitters. As we charge forth into the new year, these are the games we've pinned our highest hopes onto. Here are our 6 most wanted games for 2023.
Oh, most wanted? Most wanted. Number 6. What is it?
At the number 6 slot
is
in
it finals?
List is the finals, the upcoming free-to-play FPS that wowed crowds and critics with its reveal in August.
No.
A project from ex-Battlefield devs, it's no surprise that the finals feature some eye-popping environmental destruction, promising
No.
a wealth of tactical options for those who can wield the map itself as a weapon. The physics-based
No.
playbox doesn't end at dropping a building on your enemies. Tools
Nope.
like glue cannons and expandable foam canisters let you add to the battlefield even as you tear it apart. With
Nope.
its dynamic environment tech, the finals is making a big promise. Let's hope it delivers.
Nope. Number 5. Which is it? Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. Full release when? 2023?
In the Forgotten Realms once more. After 3 years in early access, Baldur's Gate 3 will release in 2023, adding a new entry to one of the most beloved RPG series ever made.
Yes,
Play the
please.
pre-made origin character or combat the Mind Flayer menace as your own handcrafted hero. The rich worlds of Divinity join with the D&D 5e inspired combat, allowing intricate gameplay interactions between your abilities and the environment both in and out of battle. Join up to 3 friends and adventure together, or split the party and independently chase your own questlines. The future of the Forgotten Realms is yours to decide when Baldur's Gate 3 releases next year.
Yay. Number 4.
Few can sell a beautiful dream like Bethesda. And what in a sweeping expanse of sci-fi adventure, a Skyrim on a galactic scale explored in your own self-built
I want
spaceship.
to be excited about Starfield, but
Of course,
every time when I play Bethesda games, I just don't remember everything after I finished it.
As it is for succeeding, it's with giddy dread that we ask, what might Bethesda's trademark jankiness look like when it's stretched across 1,000 simulated planets?
Yeah, exactly.
Eager as anyone to get our hands on Starfield when it arrives in 2023. And if Skyrim is anything to measure by, we'll probably be playing it for a decade afterwards.
We'll see. Number 3.
As we enter the top 3 on our
Diablo 4.
wanted list,
Everyone excited for Diablo 4?
Diabolical with
Anyone?
Diablo 4. With a decade
Anyone wants Monk back?
since Diablo
I want
3,
monks back.
There's a demon-slaying hole in our hearts that only a new entry in Blizzard's legendary loot chase can fill. And no, remasters and mobile spin-offs won't scratch that itch. With the return of skill trees and favorite classes like the Rogue,
Everyone just wants monetization not be as bad as in Diablo Immortal.
and most importantly,
Or any monetization. Doesn't want anyone.
plenty to be excited
Bizarre.
about Diablo 4's updated formula. When hell reopens in 2023, we'll be waiting at the gates.
Well, at least you can play this in co-op. Number 2.
With the RTS genre set to make a comeback,
Company of
it's
Heroes
prime
3?
time for Relic's acclaimed World
Nah,
War II series
I don't want to play.
for the Mediterranean theatre in Company of Heroes 3. The sequel's Italian campaign will offer a turn-based Total War-style grand strategy between real-time battles with a dynamic campaign map ensuring you won't fight the war twice. Meanwhile, the North African campaign provides the traditional RTS campaign experience with linear cinematic battles. Using army customization options, craft your ideal fighting force by reinforcing your units with specialists from allied nations. Your battles will take a toll on the terrain as you fight, with dynamic battlefield damage constantly reshaping the map with new cover points. And a tactical pause system will let you queue orders for your units so you can command at your own pace. We don't have long to wait. Company of Heroes 3 makes landfall on February 23rd, 2023.
Number 1 most wanted game. What is it?
At the price slot in our most wanted
See,
list,
seriously, Homeworld?
classic returns after nearly
It's Cosmic
20
Strategy. Everyone wants Homeworld? Really?
RTS
Really? More than Battle Gas 3? More than Starfield? More than...
mod spaceship tactics
Are you for real?
imagined in a truly gorgeous fleet battle ballet.
Whatever, what is this? They're wrong.
Fully 3D battle spaces.
All interceptors with me.
No. No, I don't like it. No. No, put Battle Gas 3 into number 1.
The drifting hulks of
I'm more excited for Battle Gas 3 than this. No. No whole world.
To outmaneuver enemy forces. Unleash a surprise attack with a destroyer hidden beneath armor plating, or flank the enemy unseen with a strike craft trench run. Outside standard PvP skirmishes, commanders will find plenty of battles to fight beyond the campaign, thanks to the addition of a new repeatable roguelike co-op mode. Homeworld's long-awaited return is set for the first half of 2023.
Oh boy.
Well, weary travellers, it's time for us to draw the curtain on our crystal orb and turn our eyes back to the present. But don't worry, if any of those 60 or so games caught your fancy, whether one of the relived Half-Lives or the handful of Warhammers, you can wishlist them all over on our Steam page right now. After all, the future's only moments away. I've been Frankie Ward, and you've been watching the PC Gaming Show 2023 preview, and we're thanking you for being here. Take care, and we'll see you next year.
Yay! Well, 2 hours. This show us a bunch of games for 2 hours. I did not expect to be this long. Either way, I have a new video to make for the YouTube channel from the stream. Oh yeah, music. No, please no. Well, there was a bunch of interesting things. A lot of games that already were announced, and either way, I enjoyed whatever I saw. Like more than hell with it. If it's more than hell with it, then it's cool. Yeah. Don't know what else to say. Explain what I expect. Well, it's not gonna show anything more, so I can just go away. So, thank you everyone who visited the stream, everyone who will watch this VOD. If you want this channel to live and grow, please do whatever you do at the end of the video. Share my videos and anything worth sharing. Do jump platforms from Twitch to YouTube, from YouTube to Twitter, from Twitter to Twitch and YouTube, and whatever. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.